Hey y'all, um, welcome to the Unscripted Pause. I'm Diane. Oh, it's a lot of hand movement. Sorry. Um, I wanted to come on here because I wanted to come on and say you're okay right where you are, how you are, who you're being. You're right where you're supposed to be. And let me tell you. Let me tell you why this is coming up. Last weekend, it doesn't matter when it was, but I think it was last weekend. Tommy and I went to a birthday party for um, one of his cousins. And at this birthday party, now some of you know Tommy is from Lorain, Ohio, which is northeast. Um, and there was a big Ford plant there when Tommy was growing up. A lot of people worked at the Ford plant. So, okay, we're at this birthday party. It's here in Columbus, but there's quite a few folks that were from Lorain. And these are, the party was for his cousin. He turned 75. And, so a lot of these people that were there are retired. They're like older and retired. And so it came up around, just being retired from Ford, because a lot of them retired from the Ford plant. And, talking about it was hard work and it was tough, but they're glad that they stuck it out and they got these great benefits and all of this, right? Good. So good for them. Now, Tommy worked at the Ford plant for like, I think he said 8 years. Wasn't it really? He didn't work there a really long time. And some of his stories are quite comical about when he worked at the Ford plant. But, so we get in the car to go home. And I say to him, do you ever think about the fact that you left there? That you didn't just stick it out, retire, like hearing them talk and say the benefits and all of this and how good it is and the retirement plan, what all of that. So does it make you feel like, maybe I should have, maybe I should have stayed, and not a regret, right? Not a regret, but just like, make you think twice, right? And he was so quick. He was so quick with his no, no, not at all, which I love. I love this about that man. He he was just like, no, I did. He was like, he felt he did what he needed to do for him. He did the right thing for him, and he has no second thoughts, no remorse, no regrets, no whatever you want to call it. He thinks nothing about it. Nothing. And I thought, and and I think because I think you've heard me say on here before, about I don't have regrets about choices I've made, right? I don't. I don't have any regrets about choices I've made. But there's maybe one or two choices or decisions I've made where I've been like, if only, I don't like, but I feel like I'm right where I'm supposed to be. But it's like, oh, if only. And then I've said this before, like, I've never stayed anywhere. My friends, at the Columbus Foundation, I'm been there almost 30 years and stuff. And, I'm like, longest I've had, I was like 13 years, I was 13 years somewhere. Actually, I think it was at the Columbus Foundation. I was there 13 years. And so, yay. Uh, but Tommy saying that, I was just like, yeah, this is, I like, live, you're, be who you are. You don't have to stay at the Ford plan. Of course, that's just a filler. You don't have to stay where you are. And you don't have to have people make you feel bad about any choices that you're making. Look, I always think we make the choices that we make based on the decision, wait, based on the information we have at the time. We make the choices that we make based on the decision. Oh, dear Lord. We make, I told y'all I don't edit. We make the decisions that we make based on the information that we have at the time. Ooh, that was hard to get out. right? I believe that wholeheartedly. I don't think anybody is making a decision in the moment and thinking, I think this is a really bad decision, but I'm going with it. No, you think you're making the best decision for you at the time and you move into it. And so, yeah, I just wanted to come on here and say, yeah, be okay with where you're at, where you're going, even if you don't fully know where that is. That's okay. You'll figure it out. I'll pray for some clarity for you for this year. You'll figure it out. I sometimes don't have clarity still. And, it's just like, I'm just living life. I'm just living my best life. Oh, oh my gosh, that really just hit me. I'm like, I feel like I'm living my best life. So yeah, don't be concerned about where you are. If you're where you're supposed to be, you are. Just know, you know what? You just have to know that you are. Do the things that make you happy, do things that bring you joy. I've talked about joy a lot on here. Do those things, right? Do those things, and you're not comparing your life against anybody else. If you're in a competition, you're in a competition with yourself to be a better version of the person you were, not like even last year, but yesterday. Let's just say yesterday. Let's just be a better person than we were yesterday, right? So I don't know who needed to hear that, but I'm on here saying that. And until next time, be well.